been a symbol of grace, tradition, and expression. Today we are honored to present a beautiful classical welcome dance by Rishi Kaur of 3rd BTech. Electronics Engineering. Our institution vision is to be one of the nation's private institutions for technical and management education and a key contributor for technological and social economic development of the nation. The mission of institute is to produce technically competent engineers and managers by maintaining high academic standards, world-class infrastructure, and core instruction. To enhance innovative skills and multidisciplinary approach of students through well-experienced faculty and industry interactions. To integrate
కనుషకంతితమఖండ ప్రతాపం కనక సుఖనారద పదంజలి పరాశర మనంద ముని సంగ సలా.
I request Shalini to greet him with the bouquet. Now I welcome our beloved faculty. Now I request leader of GDG on campus to put a badge on our faculty coordinator, sir. Now I welcome our beloved head of the department, Dr. C. Rajendra sir, to please come on to the dais. I request Chaitanya from CSC to greet sir with the bouquet. Now I request GDG on campus lead to greet sir with the badge. I welcome respected Principal Sir Dr. G. Srinivasan Reddy Sir to please come on to the dais. I request Bhavana from CSC to greet Sir with the bouquet. I request GDG on campus lead to greet Sir with the badge. Up next, I deem it a great privilege and immense honor to welcome today's chief guest, Mr. Jitendra Gupta Garu, to grace this occasion by occupying his chair. I request Shweta from 3rd CSE to greet Sir with a flower pot. I request GDG on campus lead to greet Sir with a badge.
We have gathered here for the DevXplore 2K25 event. We take a moment to part in a timeless tradition of the lightning of the lamp. The lamp holds profound significance as a symbol of light, wisdom. May this event be a beacon of light that guides us together with great understanding and compassion. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to lighten the lamp and enlighten today's event. I invite all the heads of the department to join the lamp lighting ceremony.
I request the GDG core team to please come on to the dais. And also the coordinates. Before AV embark on this exciting journey for the prayer song, a melody of hope and positivity, I invite Sri Hasa and Sahiti Priya of 4th year CSE to lead us into this beautiful rendition. I request all of you please stand on your seats.
జయం జయం గణ గణమునకు పతియైన గణపతి దొరకు జయం జయం గణం గణం మే జగమే గణం అనుగుణ జీవుల గణం 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 మే జగమే గణం అనుగుణ జీవుల గణం గణం గణ గణమునకు పతియైన గణపతి దొరకు జయం.
Few words with us.
A very good morning to all the dignitaries and participants here. This is Sahil on campus organizer for Narayana Engineering College, Nellore. So I feel it as a very proud moment for myself and my college organizing an event like DevXplore, where participants from multiple states across India have come together to participate in this 2 days tech fest. Talking more about DevXplore, we are going to have a lot of things in this event. Starting from the opening ceremony, then we'll be having the Google Developer Expert talk from the Jitendra Gupta sir. The Google Developer Expert Talk is like a very special thing for me. From the moment I became the GDC on-campus organizer, it was my dream to invite GDE to my city, Nellore, because we never had that privilege to invite a Google Developer Expert. So I'm very happy that today I had an opportunity to host this event on the GDC on-campus NECN, and finally my desire has come true. After the GDE session, we do have planned a lot of fun events from the afternoon. We don't want to limit you for the tech sessions. We have lots of things from the afternoon, from networking to icebreakers, quizzes to big challenges, and many more. And we do have the most awaited 20 hours overnight incredible hackathon where all of you will be participating and pitching your solutions, building something that is really useful for our communities. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your experience, Narayana. Now I invite the head of the department, Dr. C. Rajendra sir, to share a few words with us.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. Dignitaries and Rayas, Mr. Jitendra Gupta ji, Google Developer Expert and the Google Cloud Platform. Dr. G. Srinivas Reddy garu, Principal, and Dr. Ram Mohan, and Mr. Satvik, who is the organizer and the person behind this whole program. Welcome all you, sir. And heads of all the departments, my dear colleagues and dear students, and most precious participants from various colleges of 3 states, AP, Telangana and Tamil Nadu. You are welcome to this 2-day Tech Fest and DevXplore Hackathon. Most welcome you to all this 2-day Tech Fest program. Behind this event, we have several students and the effort of our beloved principal and coordinator effort is appreciable. Along with that, we have a main sponsor for this program, CAD Computer Right, Mr. Ram Pranav Padlamoni. I have to say thank you, sir, for this program, who is the director and mentor of CAD Computer Find. When Mr. Satvik went to him and he positively accepted our invitation and accepted for giving much sponsorship, because of him this program is a little bit more colorful and useful for the entire student group. Along with this, dignitaries and Rayas, we have some panel members, and those are Mr. Ram Pranav Padlamoni, Director CAD Find Computer, and Dinesh Oracle, DB Engine Developer, Principal Member of Technical Staff, and Mr. Srikant Reddy, Senior Instructor and Mentor, CAD Computer Find, and Mr. Mani Susmant Reddy, Amazon Software Developer Engineer, and Mr. Bala Vignesh Charla, Climate Co-founder and Advisor, Senior Software Development Engineer at High Spot, California.
Invite our esteemed principal, Dr. G. Srinivas Reddy sir, to share his thoughts with us.
Honorable dignitaries and others, Mr. Jitendra Gupta garu, Google developer expert, Google Cloud Platform, Dr. C. Rajendra garu, head of the department CSC, Dr. C. Ram Mohan, professor in CSC, coordinator of this program, Satvik, GDC organizer from our college, head of the departments, TPO, Dean Academics, teaching and non-teaching staff, participants from various colleges, and my dear students. Good morning, all of you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. ఏమన్నా సప్పడిపోయారు అప్పుడే ఏం వస్తారు ఏం ఊపు వస్తారు ఏం లేదు అవన్నీ యాక్సెప్టబుల్ కాదు మాస్టర్. గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ చెప్తే గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ చెప్పలేకపోతుంది పిల్లలు. గుడ్ మార్నింగ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ. సరిపోలేదు, ఈ వాయిస్ కూడా సరిపోలేదు. టిఫిన్ చేసినట్లు అందరు చేశారా లేదా? ఓకే. So first I would like to welcome all of you to DevXplore 2K25, which is being organized by Department of CSC under Google Developer Groups on campus NECA. So this credit goes to Satvik, who is behind the screen. Congratulations, Satvik. And also the screen behind this program is various members of the GDC core team and different students are there. And also the head of the departments and Ram Mohan, they worked hard for last 1 month to conduct this program. Once again, I congratulate Department of CSC, all the teaching and non-teaching staff and students for striving hard for last 1 month for conducting this program. Congratulations, all of you. I would like to thank Jitendra Gupta garu coming all the way from Pune. So thank you very much, sir, for attending this program in spite of your busy schedule, for enlightening us. Thank you very much. I have to thank all panel members, Mr. Ram Pranav Odramani garu, director and mentor CAT Computer Point. So he is also sponsor for this program. Mr. Dinesh Kumar, Oracle DB Engine Developer, Principal Member of Technical Staff, Mr. Srikanth Reddy, Senior Instructor and Mentor, CAT Computer Point, Mr. Mandi Shumant Reddy, Amazon Software Development Engineer, Mr. Bala Vignesh Charlo, Clement Co-Founder and Advisor, Senior Software Development Engineer at iSpot, California. So as all of you know that, every time I am repeatedly saying that if you are participating more and more in this type of activities, you will enhance your programming skills. So if you are really getting paid internships, then automatically you will get good packages. So that is our motto, to conduct more hackathons, coding contests in our college. So you are regularly attending the labs. That is not enough for increasing or enhancing your communication as well as programming skills. If you want to enhance programming skills or core knowledge in computers, so you have to participate more than maybe in our college or outside of our college in this type of activities. Then only you will get good knowledge in computers. So you know that. So day to day you are getting more service, more packages, there may be more software, the systems are entering into the market. You know that AI, so usually they are saying that AI is reducing number of jobs. They are saying that human intervention will be reduced. That is not right. So if you are good at AI, you automatically you will get jobs in AI. So that is wrong conception. So if you are really core computers, then at least you have some AI techniques, AI knowledge. Then you can sustain in the field of the software. So I hope you will learn at least some AI techniques for core CSC students also. So already we have AI, AML, DS branches also in our college. I think so you will participate more in this type of activities. Once again, I congratulate Department of CSC and Satvik for organizing this program. I have to name all the members of core team, Satvik, Charita, Ramya, Katyayani, Chaitanya, Gulsharan, Nihal, Charan, Mujib, and Rohan. So congratulations to all of you for conducting this program. Congratulations to all students of CSC for conducting this program in a certain manner. I hope this 2 days program will be a successful manner. So wish you all the best. Have a nice time during these 2 days. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for guiding and encouraging us as always. Now, before inviting the guest, I would like to ask Adila to read out sir's profile.
With over a decade of experience in IT industry, he is a manager, Google Cloud Engineering at KPMG India, where he helps customers migrate their workload from one data center to another cloud providers to Google Cloud. As a GCP cloud architect and a multi-cloud certified professional, he has the skills and knowledge to design, implement, and manage cloud solutions that meet the business and technical requirements of his clients. His current role involves various aspects such as a high-level architecture design, VPC creation, infrastructure automation using Terraform, applications development to GKE using custom-built CI/CD pipelines, cloud security management, IAM administration, data migration, building report analysis, team management, and POC creation. He is passionate about leveraging cloud technologies to optimize performance, scalability, reliability, and security of applications and data. He is also enjoyed sharing his insights and best practices through tech, speaking, and content creation. Without any further delay, I would like to invite the chief guest of today's event to share his vision with us.
Thanks for the great introduction, sir. Am I audible? Okay, great. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Had you lunch? Had you breakfast? Doesn't look like. Did you had breakfast? Yes, sir. Okay. See, I think this was not the expected kind of introduction I wanted to give. So I wanted to actually start with the session instead. So I'll keep this short. Just want to get some introduction from you. So what is your expectation out of this whole event? Can anyone give your thoughts? Do we have camera, extra camera? Mic. Do we have extra mic for them? Don't have? So that's fine. So what is your expectation out of this session? Anyone? No one? Yeah.
Then we can put different type of problem solving statements for the society. It is useful for the society.
Okay, so you are more towards the hackathon perspective, right? Okay. Right. Anyone else wants to add to it? See, let's be open for this particular this 2 days event, like because I believe you came for more of networking, right? Yes. So can we have a sort of introductions now? What is your expectation out of this 2 days event? No expectation? You want to win the prize, that's all? Okay, fine. So what we will do, let's have this sort of introductions done. Okay, we'll start with the session. We'll figure out what you really need to know or how you can utilize these sessions for your own benefit, which as of now seems like you are not able to figure out. Yes?
Sir. I'm audible, sir?
Yes, please. Where are you?
Sir.
Okay, yeah.
Sir, I'm highly interested in learning cloud technology.
Okay.
As I'm seeing your LinkedIn account and all, I realize that you're expert in cloud solutions. So I would like to learn more about it.
Right? That's
the main criteria I'm focused on right now.
okay, great. Fine. So that's a kind of a very foundational that you want to learn cloud. Any other thoughts anyone has? I believe it is not only for the cloud. So anyone else has any other sort of ideas here? Let's say web development or maybe some other technology, anything, security.
But
Yeah.
yeah, how to integrate artificial intelligence in cloud technologies like that? How to do machine learning in cloud platforms, all those things.
Right. So we'll probably explore that as well. Okay. Right. What else? I hope everyone is comfortable with English because I don't know the other language. Everyone is comfortable with English language? Okay. No, so far I was thinking it's not going through because I don't see much of the hands raised. Right. Okay. So I think this will be a quick intro for now. And do we need anything else left after this or before we start the session? Okay. So let's get done with that and then we'll start the session. Right? Okay. So we'll have the talk for the day that we have planned after we are done with these other agendas here. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are eagerly waiting for your session today. I request all the core team members as well as coordinators to please come on to the dais for a group photo. I also request all the dignitaries and HODs to please join the photo. I request all the teaching staff to please join the group photo. We have a small cake cutting session. chief guest, Mr. Jitendra Gupta sir, onto the dais.
Okay. So while the PPT is getting up, let's have a quick another round of introduction. How many of you are from this college itself? Can you raise your hand? Okay. Great, friend. Okay. How many of you have traveled from Tamil Nadu? Why you guys are sitting at the back? Okay. And how many from where else? Telangana? Karnataka? Okay, great. Right. Now, how many of you are first year students? Again, second year, third year, and fourth year. Wow. Great. Right. What do you read on the screen? What is cloud? What is cloud? I really can't hear you guys. Okay. Right. Then make it full screen. Then make it full screen. Right. Okay. Right. So, what is cloud? No one prepared. No one gave a thought. What are we going to discuss today? No one knows what is cloud. Are you from computer science batch? Yes? So what do you study in computers? What do you study in computers? So we cannot move forward without having any sort of discussions here, right? No point putting those slides. Okay, at least you know what is Google Cloud. Can we give the mics? I mean, can we just rotate the mics in the audience? Anyone? Yes. Online storage. Okay, that's a good definition. Online? Enable connections. Okay. Business purpose, right? Storing data. What more? Anything comes in your mind, just tell me what do you understand by cloud or Google Cloud, anything. At the back, those who travel from other cities, yes please.
It is a place where to store data, access and usage data
Okay.
without managing servers and etc. Have hardware requirements.
Right. Yeah, I mean, pretty good definition. Okay. Right. So, I think this is really great start of the topic that I selected to just understand the fundamentals of cloud first. Right. So, cloud computing concept came in picture as now we are able to save any data at remote place and we can still access it. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Yes, no? I cannot resonate. If I am not getting the energy back, I cannot really make a move.
Yes,
Okay. So, cloud computing is the fundamental of any online storage that you can see. Like you have, you must be using Google Drive, right? Or maybe any other online drive that you use. Where it is storing the data? Some other data center which you can access to internet, right? But it is not only about storing the data. I think this is already covered, so I will just skip what I am doing. Okay. Now, let's jump to section 1 that I have planned here. This is very basic about any cloud. So here we are going to talk about the Google Cloud Platform. You can replicate it for any other cloud. So what are we going to cover here? A quick introduction to Google Cloud Platform, why the infrastructure, what is VPC, resource, hierarchy, identity, all those concepts. So the cloud, first of all, is not only for storage, it is anything that you have been studying so far in your classes about the networking, security, the permissions you have to set. You must have tried the Linux systems, right? Are you using Linux OS? Anyone? Only last two. No one else is using Windows Linux operating system. Okay. Right. You can go to back to previous slide. Yeah. So here, what I have listed down to figure out what a cloud is consisting of. Right? Now, cloud is actually a physical infrastructure present somewhere else. That is what we are going to understand that first, and then we'll see how we can really access that. Right? We are not having direct access to those physical servers. Then how we access that? Yes. Move to next slide. Right. So let's talk about Google Cloud Platform. This is nothing but one of the top 3 cloud providers.
What are the three top cloud providers here? Google Cloud, what else?
AWS.
AWS and
Microsoft.
Azure. Microsoft Azure, right. Good. Good to get those responses at least. Okay. So Google Cloud is one of out of those three. It has a global network. So in the concept of network, if you see, anything that you try to access, even in your internet, that is connected to some servers and then fetch the data for you, right? So that's a network actually behind the scenes. Google Cloud has a global network. They have a physical wiring throughout the globe at multiple locations. And that's how they are providing us the services. So those cloud or the servers that we are talking about, that is actually connected or globally to their own presence. Then it's a carbon neutral. What is carbon neutral here? So any of the computing powers that we are seeing, they will have some physical server somewhere, and that requires some power to run it, correct? So somewhere you are providing electricity to run these servers. That server or the power that is provided to those servers are actually carbon free. They are not generating any carbon. They are coming out of the natural resources, I mean the sustainable resources. And that's where we call it carbon neutral. Maybe coming from, let's say you have the windmills, from there they are generating the electricity like that. Okay? And it is secure. Okay. Now, if you see any cloud platform, they will basically consist of these particular services. These are high-level categorization of services here, which can be data transfer. You have a hard disk with you or pen drive you must have used, right? So that's a small hard drive for you. Here, Google will have another application for just doing the data transfer. IoT, might have heard of it. So IoT is another service. Google has discontinued this service recently. Then management tools like, so the management tools for monitoring purpose, the big data. Anyone interested in data science? Okay. So in data science, it will cover the big data part. So when you are dealing with large amount of data, you try to get access to those data, format it, process it, then send it to the AI, ML, all those. The cloud AI, which is now renamed as Vertex AI. Okay? And identity and security is another aspect. Networking, storage and databases, if you see, that is just one part of any cloud, just one component. Not everything of the cloud is storage and database. Also the compute, like you have your own laptops with you, right? So that laptop is actually consisting of a RAM, some memory with it, right? That you can actually create with those cloud computing. Like you can just create a virtual instance, virtual machine, and you access the same sort of machine there. Okay? So this is what consists of a Google Cloud platform, and we'll go one by one for each of these divisions. Okay. So here, this slide is just to showcase that Google Cloud currently has how many? 41 regions, and total zones are 124. So regions and zones, this is just for your simplicity to understand this concept well. Like when I know that as of now it may not be directly relevant to you, but very soon you have to learn this concept. Okay? Now, the zones are nothing but data center. Do you think your campus has a data center? Do you think?
No.
Do you have a data center?
Yes, sir.
Right. You have a data center. It may be very small, but you have it. Right? In case of cloud platform, it will be a larger size. It will be present at very remote location and at a larger size. But those data centers itself are called zones in case of cloud computing. Okay? Now, when we are talking about region, that is a consistence of multiple zones. You can have in general 3 zones or 4 zones. Combining that will make a region. In India, if I talk about Google Cloud, we have 2 zones here, 2 regions here. One in Mumbai, another one in Delhi. Okay? And it has a presence in 200 plus countries. Okay. So, if you see this picture here, this graphic, it will make more sense what is zone and region. This is very important concept here. You can see here, like US is one continent here, which will have multiple regions. Okay. Now, in that region, let's talk about one of the regions, which is Europe based 2. Like in case of India, Europe can replace with India. Within that, you will have 2 regions, which is one is Mumbai, another one Delhi. Now, let's consider that if it is Delhi region, within that you have multiple zones. So, within this use case, if you see this graphical, we will have zone west to 1, west to A, B, C. That is how we represent all these zones and region concept. And the previous slide you have seen the compute services. The compute services are actually being created within that zone. Zone is what? What is zone? Data center? Yes? The servers, the physical server that we are talking about. Is that previous concept clear so far? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's talk about what is VPC. Anyone has created a virtual box anytime? Like you ran a OS in a virtual box? What is a virtual box? Can we give the mic there?
VMware, sir.
VMware, okay. And what we do with that?
I hosted a Ubuntu OS on that, sir.
Correct.
Practicing Linux.
Right. So, as you know, in VMware, when you hosted a Ubuntu or any machine, it's on the same computer, right? You are running another operating system in the same computer. That means you have virtualized the machine. The machine that you are running, that is now virtualized. You can any time start and stop it, although your main OS where you have installed it is still running, right? So that virtualization concept is being used here itself. So on the cloud, whenever we want to create any machines, any compute services, that will first have to have a virtual private cloud. It's a network. Okay? So that virtual private cloud will hold all the services, whatever we create in that cloud concept. Be it compute service, be it the storage, or any other component. I'm not going much deeper on these concepts, just showcasing you to make a idea of what all things are involved in cloud. Okay? Also seeing the amount of time we have. Now, there is another concept here, the resource hierarchy. In cloud, the resources are kept in a, let's say, you can say a box, and within that you will have the subfolders and then folders, under that you will get the resources. Have you created any domains anytime? Anyone has created a domain?
Yes, sir.
So when you create a domain, you are able to access your services or wherever you have hosted your server, that you are accessing with that host name, right? The domain that you created, right? Now, that particular domain will be part of here. You see at the top you have the organization. That is where in the scenario of cloud, the organization will have those company domain names. Okay, link with that. And within that we will have some folders which will be logically grouping all the resources that we create in cloud. And within the folder you will have the project. Anyone has worked with Google Cloud? Like, have you really tried out any labs in that? What have you tried? Mike?
All the introductory labs, right, to go with cloud storage and app engine services and PubSub.
So was it outside of project or you had created a project first?
It was just like GDG in our campus, and all the introductory labs they gave us some kind of definitions and all this.
Okay. See, so when you had that access, on top of it, I just want to explain that concept, how it works. So on top of that, there must be a project under which you were able to create them. You see this, the lower most resources, right? So you see the PubSub, compute engine, app engine, storage, all these were created in a project. Okay? Now, the project is actually present in a folder. The folder is just a logical sort of segregation of the projects. Like if someone is working with multiple departments, they will have the department and their folder, and within that you can have multiple projects which hold the resources. At the top level you will have the organization, the company name that you are seeing. Like if you try to resemble it with your campus itself, so you will have the main admin block, right? Then you will have another department, like the different subject will have their own department. In this case, let's say that you have a computer science department, right? Now that will have the resources like your teacher or your professor, then students. Yes? So that sort of logical separation will be there for sorting out all those resources. Now here, if it is a professor, he will have a more privilege, more access to any of the things that he can do with the class, right? But students will be limited, and that is where comes the IAM roles. You can see on the right hand side this IAM role. That IAM roles are the set of a service which helps you set the permissions who can do what. Right? So can anyone go to admin room and then do anything that they want? Let's say consider in your campus itself, can you go to admin room and access anything? No? We have the controls in place, right? Yes or no? Okay. So those who are working as an administrator, he can perform more of the work that they want to do with their operating system, whatever is running there. But when it comes to, let's say, a student, he will be limited to only his particular access, right? Those limitations or those sort of permissions that we are defining here, the same concept is replicated on cloud also. So there comes the identity and access management, IAM, which helps in limiting who can access what, and that is how we make any cloud secure. Okay. Can we go and have some quizzes just to understand if you are able to get the understanding here? Can you read this question? What is the primary purpose of Google's or GCP's global network infrastructure? Anyone wants to answer this? Yes? Mike?
Option B, sir, to provide low latency connectivity and redundancy across regions.
Why?
Because if you have the global networks around your places, you can get a low latency service, sir. If they're far from you, you will get high latency, sir.
Right. Okay. So the right answer is this. You will have some stickers from me, okay? I have it with my bag, so just make a note of his name. Let's go with few more questions. Okay, next question is, what statement is true about GCP zones? What are zones?
A zone is a collection of multiple regions.
A zone is?
Option A, sir. A zone is a collection of multiple regions. It's a.
Anyone else wants to attend?
Resources and technology. Zones are independent failure domains within a region.
Zones are independent failure domains within a region. Why do you think it's right?
You have said zones are the data centers, right?
Correct.
So they are the independent failure domains within a region. And collection of zones are a region.
Correct. Yeah, that is correct answer. Thank you. So, just to answer him, zones are not consisting of regions, but regions are consisting of zones. Okay. Next, what is the correct order of hierarchy in GCP? Who was attentive in that slide where I had shown the hierarchy of resources? Yes.
Option C, sir. Organization, folder, project, and resource.
That is correct answer. Thank you. So, organization is nothing but the domain, the top layer. Okay. Within that you will have the folder, and within the folder we have the project. Nothing but a, let's say, a classroom. Classroom becomes a project. The folder is nothing but your department. Okay, and college becomes your organization, right? And that is how the structuring is done, or the hierarchy is for any of the resources in the GCP console. Okay. Okay, let's move to the next section now. Right. This is a bit of a lengthy part itself, but we'll try to cover it quickly. So what is Google Cloud Compute Services? What can you read here? What can you read here? Compute engine and app engine, Google Kubernetes engine GKE, cloud functions, cloud run. Okay. So whenever you are actually using any of the compute services, you need to be using some of the system, right? I mean, either it is going to be your own computer, or you are using an application, or maybe it is a standalone application like mobile app or something, right? So they must be having different set of configuration that you can try out and then try to access your resources. Basically, we want to get our work done, right? It may be present at different level of resources and how I am managing that. Okay. So we see, it's a quick overview here. So compute engine is nothing but an operating system, okay, where you have full access. You can download some resources, you can create the updates, right? You can run those updates. You have to manage everything in that, okay? So when we are talking about compute service or compute engine, it's the way of naming it, that's all. So compute engine is you are having complete control of an operating system, okay, which is nothing but a virtual machine, like he just explained about the Ubuntu OS on VirtualBox. Okay. Now next comes the app engine. App engine is kind of, you can say, a platform, a framework where you don't have to, you will not have access to the operating system, but you will have access to a certain framework. Like you just want to develop a application itself. Okay, you don't have to manage the patching of your operating system. You don't have to take care of the updates and all, right? So that is where the app engine comes. And even before cloud concept was there, Google has their very first product as app engine. Okay, that was around 2007 or 8. They had the app engine as their very first product, and it is being still used. Then comes the container engine, also called GKE, Google Kubernetes engine. Have you heard of Kubernetes? Have you heard of Kubernetes name itself? Yes, yes, please. You want to raise your hand? Yes.
Kubernetes is a type of tool which is used for developer operation and management teams.
Okay. Anything more that you can talk about that?
Yes, sir. Similar to Kubernetes, like Docker also.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's partially true, you can say. So there are two concepts here with Kubernetes. It's a container service. In the very first component we talked about a virtual machine, which is like you have everything. Like if you run a Windows machine or let's say even for Linux machine, whatever you run, you see that even those applications that I don't want, they are still present there, right? There may be some essential services, essential applications that is by default installed. I don't need it, but it is still there. To avoid that, the concept of container came. Okay? Now container will allow me to only keep the resources which I need. I don't want everything. I just want to install certain applications for the workload that I have in hand. So in that scenario, I will have those Docker, the concept that we talked about. So the Docker is one which is allowing me to create a image for the container. Image is nothing but the operating system image. Okay? Now that is what I'll be able to use with the Docker, and Kubernetes is another layer on top of it. Kubernetes is the orchestration tool of those containers. If I am running only one operating system, then it is fine. But what if I have thousands of containers? In that scenario, the container service comes. The Kubernetes concept. Okay? And Google is very much popular with this particular tool. The next one is Cloud Run. Now, Cloud Run is also a container service, but that is limited to a certain number of containers. Not similar to GKE where you have a lot of management to be done, lot of things to be known. But in case of Cloud Run, it is more of managed by Google Cloud. You just need to come up with your own application that you want to run. Let's say a limited number of one application or two, and then I will be able to use Cloud Run. Similar to that, there is one more tool which is called Cloud Function. Now, Cloud Function, if you see, that is more for a event based. Let's say that so have you used any of the e-commerce tool? Amazon, have you used Amazon app? Yes? No? You might have used, right? Everyone uses that. If not, maybe Flipkart. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, you must have tried, let's say you must be using Instagram. Now, when you use Instagram, you upload a photo, right? Now, as soon as you upload a photo, behind the scene, a concept similar to Cloud Function box. What it does, it says that, okay, the person is really trying to upload a photo. And if you are uploading so like high resolution of photo, it is not going to take it as it is, right? It will try to optimize it for the storage. So it's an event for it. And that sort of, whenever you have a small fraction of event scenario to be handled, we don't need such a large scale of compute. I don't need a compute engine, I don't need an application engine or container or Cloud Run. I just need a small fraction of it, which will just execute my requirement and then get done with it. I don't want it anywhere. Okay? And that is where the concept of Cloud Function comes. Okay? It will just execute one functionality. It is just one, one functionality of code, and that you are able to run on the Cloud Function. Okay? So based on all these scenarios, we have different sort of compute services. It is obviously based on what use case I have in my hand. Okay? So out of these 5, the 2 are serverless services. And what are those? The serverless?
Cloud Functions.
And? Cloud Function and which one? Yes, Cloud Function is the correct answer. It's in the ascending order, so you can Cloud Run, yes. Okay. So if you see, they are in the ascending order. Here on the left hand side, you are doing a lot of management by manual effort, the human effort, right? I need to take care of what application is being installed, if the updates are done or not, okay, if the operating system is old. I have to just do all those stuff. But as I move to the right, that is minimized. Here in the app engine, I am only worried about my application that I want to run. The operating system is managed by cloud. In GKE, we do have a lot of management work, but that is like a kind of also giving me flexibility for the sort of compute that I want to use. Then coming to cloud and cloud function, it is completely serverless, which means no server, right? What is serverless? Serverless. See, whatever concept I am talking about here, it may not be making sense to you immediately, but they are very important. So what is serverless? Yes.
Hosting the server, not physically, sir.
Okay.
Buying the servers from cloud services like Azure, AWS or Google Cloud will be the serverless servers, sir.
They are not serverless, but they are hosted somewhere else physically. They have the physical presence, but they are present somewhere remotely. Okay? So if someone asks you what is serverless, it's not like in no servers. Servers are there. Okay? But you are not taking care of it. You are not worried about it at all. Okay. So let's keep moving. I will not be discussing the other slide. Let's keep moving here. The concept must be clear. Okay. So let's keep moving. Yes. Okay. Hold for this one. Okay. So let's have a quick understanding on this slide. What is it here? Anyone able to read this? What is the header?
Shared responsibility model.
Shared responsibility model. Okay. What do you figure out from this? What could be shared or what could be shared responsibility? Can your professor manage everything by himself?
No.
There are some responsibilities that you have to take care, right? You have to maintain the decorum in the class. You don't have to shout, you don't have to fight. This is not to be told, right? It is very much clear that you have to keep some sort of responsibility with you to ensure that we are able to take the value that for which we are coming to college, right? Now, this is more of to make you understand how the concept of cloud or the kind of services or how we are able to segregate them in various levels. So on the right hand side, if you see the complete blue, if you see here, it says that the customer responsibility. So what we have, cloud provider responsibility and customer responsibility, two things. Something cloud will take care of, something customer will take care of. Customer will be as a user, okay? So when we are on-prem is what? Our own physical server. Maybe my own just laptop itself, right? There I have to be owning everything. No one else is, the service provider is not going to take care of anything else, right? So we have to own everything. As we move to the other sort of services, like the very first here is after IaaS is from on-prem to IaaS. What is IaaS?
Infrastructure as a service.
Infrastructure as a service. Which compute service will fall under infrastructure as a service? Out of those 5, which compute service will fall under IaaS? The order you have seen, left to right. Anyone can guess?
Second one, sir.
Second one, that was type engine. Why not the first one? So, in case of IaaS compute engine, where you are managing most of the components, will fall under that. Okay? So here if you see what you are managing, the cloud provider will only manage the hard drive, boot drive, hardened kernel, storage encryption, networking, audit logging, right? But the other components are managed by you. Okay? What all things that you are managing? You have to manage the security of your network, the operating system that is running, the authentication, the IAM part, all those you are going to manage. So, in case of IaaS, where infrastructure is being provided by cloud, now other component you have to manage. Right? That is where this IaaS comes. Now, in case of PaaS, which is platform as a service, that is where the application only part you are managing, which is app engine. And the SaaS is the software as a service. Okay? Now software as a service, that is where you are going to manage just very top layer of it. The kind of content you are going to access, the kind of access policy you have in place. Only two things you are going to manage, else everything cloud is going to take care of for you. So I will skip this slide for now. Okay, just hold for this one. Can you see this architecture here? Is it visible at the back? Difficult? See, this one is actually a simplified sort of architecture which shows how an application is developed and delivered in a containerized app. The container app that we were talking about. So here let's say that if you have your GitHub account, what is GitHub?
Decentralized repository.
Repository systems.
Repository system. Anyone has created their GitHub repo? This is very, what you can say, kind of alarming for me that as of now, even if you are in first year, you don't have your GitHub account. So I will highly recommend that you start creating your GitHub account now itself, okay? And at least try out some code, putting the code there, try to execute that, which is very important. So please make a note that you should have a GitHub account for yourself, starting today. If you really want to make a career in computer science. That's very hard statement that I'm making. So you should have your GitHub account where you will be able to showcase to your future employer that okay, I'm keeping my code here because they are going to ask you. So you are going to commit your code there. Even for Hackathon also, I believe you must be going to have your code repo created somewhere else, right? Where are you going to keep your Hackathon code?
GitHub.
Where?
GitHub repo.
So I don't see like so. How many are participating to this hackathon? Okay, this is very less number I can see. Like I think 20%. But still, you don't have the GitHub account. Please create that. Okay. So here if you see, it starts with your code which is present in GitHub. Okay. Now code is being replicated to a service on Google Cloud, which is called Cloud Source Repository, which is now actually renamed to something else, Artifact Repository. And that will trigger a build artifact, which is kind of triggering to create your application out of it. Okay. And then it gets deployed to a GKE on this layer, okay? And then you serve your workload to the user. Okay, let's keep moving to GKE. Okay, we have covered this. Okay, yeah, let's go to quiz again. Okay, just hold on this one. So this slide is more of the sort of controls that I was talking about so far. Oh, it's not working. Right. Yeah. Right. So this particular slide, if you see, here we talked about all those 4 or 5 compute services. What were those? What were those compute services?
Compute engine,
Kubernetes engine,
Kubernetes engine,
app engine,
Kubernetes,
app engine.
app engine.
Yeah. Okay. So compute engine, app engine, Kubernetes engine, cloud run, cloud function. 5, right? Now, if you see here, as application app engine is kind of a separate component. So here we are just talking about the compute engine, Kubernetes, cloud run, and cloud function. Now on the left hand side, if you see, if you want to have more control, you want to take care of all those cloud infrastructure, then you will opt for cloud or the compute engine, okay, the virtual machine itself. When you want to have a little bit less control, but you want to containerize your application, you are running thousands of services, okay, and you want to actually just minimize the amount of resources it is going to take, then you go with the Kubernetes engine. Again, for cloud run, it will be more of a serverless and a clusterless apps and containers. In case of GKE, it's a cluster that you're creating, multiples of resource compute or the containers you have that you have hosted in a cluster. But in case of cloud run, there is no cluster. It is just one particular container you have been creating. And in case of cloud function, it's an event-driven function. As we take the example of Instagram. Yes. So if there is a photo upload happen, it will trigger an event that okay, please optimize this photo and then upload or store it in the storage. Like here also you will see that storage what we are talking about. Okay. Now if this is clear, let's go to next round of quiz. Next slide. Okay. Which of the following is a suitable use case for cloud function?
Option, sir. D option.
Can you raise your hand first? Yes.
D option, sir. Running containerized applications.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Cloud function. Yes? Yes, please.
Option C, sir, restricting the changes in cloud storage buckets.
Right. So the correct answer is responding to changes in cloud storage buckets. Why? What is cloud function? What is it? It's an event driven, right? So in all of these answers, where do you see an event is happening?
In buckets, sir, cloud buckets.
Correct? So when we are uploading a image to the cloud storage, or let's say that if you are editing that image or renaming or whatever sort of things you do, a cloud function gets triggered. Okay, so the correct answer would be cloud storage buckets. Next slide. Next, what is the primary benefit of using GKE over manually merged Kubernetes cluster? It's not hard to understand that, just read through the answers, or first you understand the question.
Sir, option C, sir. fully managed cluster operations including upgrades and security patches.
Which is provided by
Kubernetes.
Kubernetes is also project as open source.
Yes, sir. It's a containerized application, so we can get the updates and security patches there, sir.
So who is doing the security patch here?
Developers, sir.
No. In this case, okay, if you read the question again, the primary benefit of using GKE over manually managed Kubernetes cluster. What it means is, Google is providing GKE, right? And there are open source version of Kubernetes. Okay? Now, when we have the open source of Kubernetes, in that case, you have to take care of everything manually. But when we are using GKE, which is Google's own managed service for Kubernetes, that is where you get the benefit of fully managed cluster operation, including upgrades and security patches, which is taken care of by Google itself. Okay? So, answer is correct. Yeah. Yes? One more? Okay. I think, yeah, two only we have kept there. Now let's move to the cloud storage service. So here we are going to talk about the cloud storage, like creating and managing the buckets, uploading, downloading, and managing object and data transfer options. Next slide. Right. So when we started this discussion, we were talking about cloud is nothing but storing the data, right? This is just one part of it, if you can see. So yes, we store the data on the cloud, but there are other components which we are just coming from there, right? The compute is done. Now we are coming to the storage. In case of the storage, if you see, it is a bulk, you can say object type of storage. You are not just storing structured data or unstructured data, but it is block data, right? It's an object. You can upload anything. Can you give me an example of cloud storage? Yes? Cloud? What is that?
Cloudinine.
Cloudinine.
Which can be store images, videos in the cloud.
Okay, and any product from Google that you use? Okay, anyone else? Very popular one. And
Google Drive, sir.
Yes?
Google Drive.
Google Drive. That's the best example of cloud storage. Right? You can upload any sort of format of data. Right? So, behind the scene, Google Cloud is using the cloud storage for Drive. So whenever you upload this cloud store, any data to the Drive, that is behind the scene being stored in a Google Cloud service. Okay? And what are the properties here? So here you can have data encrypted all the time. When you transfer it, when you store it there, it is actually encrypted. And the encryption keys are managed in different ways. Either Google is going to manage that encryption key for you, or you are going to manage for yourself, or you will have even your own storage key, the encryption key. Okay. There are various classes for the storage. So the example that I took for the Instagram also, where it does the optimization, right? There you are able to access your image every time, like whenever you want to retrieve it, you can access it. But there can be some sort of storage where you don't really touch it. Yes? So let's say that you click some photo years back, okay, and that is present unless you really touch it. Correct? Now, do I have to pay the same amount for the same the years old data also? Yes or no? Should I pay the same amount unless I am using it? No, right? Yes? Is it making sense? Is it making sense, this concept? Very silent. Either you are understanding everything. Okay. So in case of cloud storage, you will have multiple layers of or the cycle of storing the data. Okay. So just understand this concept here. When you upload the data, that is going to your standard class, which means immediately you are accessing it. So now I uploaded, I want to visualize that data. Okay. Now what happens if you don't access it almost for a month? Then Google Cloud will define its own logic, or you can have set a logic there itself, a life cycle, where the data will move to a different tier, which is called a near line. So the very first is standard, the next one is the near line. And what is happening in near line is that now I am not accessing it for almost a month, so it will be going to that tier and saving me some currency, some amount if I am really paying for it. Yes? So if I have to pay for it, okay, and I am not using the data for almost a month, then I should be charged less. And that's the concept they have developed, which helps me really keeping that data. Otherwise, I will be just gone with those amount of data that we are talking about here. There is another concept where you are not accessing the data, let's say for a quarter, like for 3 months or more than that. In that scenario, it goes for the cold line. So near line, standard, near line, cold line. Cold line is like you don't access data for 3 months. Okay? So every 3 months you check for some report, like you want to perform some analysis for your data. That time you are accessing just once and then it is kept again for the same period. Right? That goes for a cold line. Now, also if I don't access even almost a year, then it is sent to an archive. Archive is a tier where I am charged the least amount. If I compare it with the standard class of storage, so archive will be like 1/4 of it. I can save a lot of dollars. So here we are not talking about a data for few GB, but few petabytes of data I am talking about. Okay? And I have done that sort of work for one of the clients where we had almost 240 TB of data, and then we wanted to actually archive it to Google Cloud. So when we did the transaction, at that time it costed us a lot of money because there will be charges for transfer also. Okay? But once the data is present in the archive, we were able to save the cost from the next month onward. Okay. Let's have one more quiz for the storage. Yeah. So which storage class is most cost effective for data access less than once a month? What is the correct answer? Yes? Yeah, you can.
Option C.
Option C. Okay. Anyone else wants to tell? Near line storage. So what is?
Standard storage for less than once a month.
Less than once a month, right? So when you are storing for less than once a month, then it's a standard one. If it is more than a month, then it will be a different scenario, right? So it will go for a standard class. Let's see if I had marked it correctly. Maybe, yeah, Yeah, that is the mistake. It should be standard storage. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Should we continue with these databases or exhausted? Yes. Should we continue? Yes or no? Okay. Let's continue then. Google Cloud Database Services. We'll talk about what are different sort of databases are there, and we'll see what should be the right database for your use case. Okay. Let's move. Let's go back. Yeah. Okay. So the very first database type on Google Cloud Platform is Cloud SQL. Have you heard of the term SQL? I got some noise here with the SQL. I think you guys know SQL. So what is SQL?
Relational database.
Relational database. And how do we explain SQL? Like the full form of SQL?
Structured query language.
Structured, right? So here we are talking about the structured data. Correct? So when we are talking about structured data, that means it is going to be more of a transactional data, right? So in case of on the platform Google Cloud, you will have Cloud SQL, which is consisting of what are the structured databases that you are aware of? Can you name that? MySQL or and yes? Oracle database, okay. What else? DB2, okay. And yeah, someone says PostgreSQL. What else? Yes. SQL. SQL plus what is that? Which database? Okay, MS SQL, right? So Cloud SQL is a managed service on Google Cloud Platform that is going to manage Postgres, MySQL, MS SQL, right? All these databases. If you want to host on this cloud, that will be hosted by Cloud SQL. Okay, so Cloud SQL will have all those sort of databases. And there are ways of actually creating those databases, creating the backups, creating a high availability, like you create that SQL instance in multiple zones or multiple regions. Okay? Next. Yeah. So in case of Cloud SQL, it is more of a zonal or the regional database. Okay? So the very start of the session we talked about regions and zones, right? Yes? Regions and zones we talked about. Now what if I want to go beyond the region itself? I want to have my database accessed globally. Let's say that I want to access it from multiple regions. Yes? I will have such a client, right? They are having the projects in multiple global locations globally. So I want to serve them also. So for that, Google has come up with their own proprietary database, which is called what? Cloud. Cloud. It is on the screen.
Cloud Spanner.
Cloud Spanner. So it's a Google's own proprietary database. They have created this database for a use case where a global client want to have the access of the services, okay, without having much of latency, without having much of the concern with how the data will be accessed from multiple locations. Okay. And there are concepts of horizontal scalable, like you can expand it as much as you want horizontally. Like you can keep on adding multiple databases in the same zone. Instead of putting it or increasing the size of the database vertically, like you keep on adding more compute to the same operating system, right? Okay. Next slide. So this is a bare metal solution which is for the Oracle use case. So Google Cloud, Oracle Cloud is also there, right? So they are two competitors if you see. Now in case of Oracle, they wanted to host it at a different data center. They wanted to give direct access to the Google Cloud, or they wanted to get hosted on the Google Cloud itself, right? So it is more of a bare metal solution where they will be hosting their database on a physical server. Okay, and if Google Cloud wants to access it, you have to have a separate sort of networking concept for the same. And that is where this Oracle bare metal solution comes. Next slide. Yeah. Then there is another database which is Firestore. Have you heard of NoSQL?
Yes.
What is NoSQL?
Deep.
Yes?
MongoDB.
MongoDB. What is MongoDB?
Unstructured database.
Unstructured database. Okay. And what data, sort of data they hold?
Document related.
.NET.
Documents.
Documents. Okay. Document. Fine. Yeah. So document databases, and what sort of documents? Like cloud storage can also hold the document data, right? JSON, okay. JSON objects. So let's say that you might have used BookMyShow application, right? Now that will have to manage the user data, correct? Now users may be entering the name or their ID, what sort of services they want to use. The same can apply for even e-commerce platform also. So if you want to manage the users or the relationship of that user, okay, then you are going to use some sort of NoSQL services. So in this scenario, if you see, we are using Firestore. So Firestore is a NoSQL service which is more optimized for the sort of data where the structure cannot be present. Like you said, the JSON formatting. Okay? Right. So let's keep moving. Yeah. Have you heard of big table? Big data you have heard of, right? Big data? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Now what is big table?
NoSQL database service.
So this is also a NoSQL database service, and this particular database is created by Google again. Okay. The other one we saw was for Cloud Spanner. Cloud Spanner is for structured data, the SQL, right? Big data is for NoSQL. This database is more suitable for the time series data. Okay, for time forecasting, and it is similar to Firestore, but the scale is very high. It can handle petabyte scale of data. Okay, and if you even try out this big table, the minimum requirement is at least 300 GB of data to be processed. The minimum requirement. You cannot use it if your data is less than 300 GB. You can imagine the scale that it is talking about. And obviously it is optimized for the throughput, the millisecond of retrieval. Okay? Yes. And there is one more type of it, which is memory store. So again, similar to big table, this is another storage, memory store, which is for the temporary storage of your data or in memory processing of the data. Okay. Yeah, keep moving. Now it's a comparison of which databases we should be using, depending on the use case that we have in hand. So let's say that you have a structured data. So in that scenario, what databases you will try?
SQL, MongoDB,
Spanner, which is a global one. Okay. Then bare metal, which is Oracle kind of. Okay. Then if you have a non-relational, which is NoSQL, there you use FileStore and Bigtable. But if you want to have something for in-memory, okay, like very compute incentive services, then you use for the in-memory. That is memory store, which is more for the gaming kind of use cases. Okay. Right. So another round of quiz now. Okay.
FileStore, option C.
FileStore, yes, FileStore is the right answer. Very good. Thanks for being attentive here. Okay. Next. Which database service is most suitable for time series data? Yes.
Cloud Bigtable, I think so. B.
Cloud Bigtable. Okay, why not the FileStore? It is also kind of similar to Bigtable, right? Why not FileStore?
I think exactly option C is right answer because NoSQL database like MongoDB and Firebase are real-time environments like time series database, right?
Why not Bigtable? Why not Bigtable?
Bigtable is like when comparatively Bigtable is a large database.
Okay.
When compared to MongoDB.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be option C.
Okay. See, when we are talking about time series data, it is not only the amount of data it is storing, but the scale at which it is able to process that data, right? Now, Bigtable is optimized for high throughput. Like quickly it is going to read and write. Okay? So when we have the scale at which we want to read and write, like a millisecond of it, time series, right? Let's say that you have a camera installed somewhere and you want to actually process that information quickly and then visualize it on your mobile or maybe the computer system wherever you are checking that, right? So there Bigtable becomes more optimized in your scenario because we are looking for every second of even millisecond of information in that. So Bigtable makes more suitability here. Okay. What is the key feature of Google Cloud databases? This is also very simple answer.
Up.
Yeah. 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 Right. So it offers fully managed scalable database services with high availability. Option D. So any databases that we are working with or any other services that you are working with on the cloud platform, the advantage that they give is it is more of fully managed, they are scalable, okay, and we should have the high availability, which means let's say that one of the data center goes down, some climatic disaster happens, but still I should be able to access my service, and that is achieved when you are hosting it on the cloud, where the cloud is actually replicating your data to multiple data centers or multiple regions depending on your requirements. Okay, so the answer is fully managed scalable database service with high availability. Okay, right. Let's quickly complete this part and then we'll have a bit of interaction. Okay. Right. So keep moving. this is for data analytics pipeline. So far what we covered: compute and databases, storage. Yes, 3 components we covered. Now this is for data analytics part, which is talking about how a data is being processed throughout. Okay? So when we are talking about data analytics pipeline, here data is being captured, processed, stored and analyzed and then used. These are the basic steps whenever we are talking about any data to be processed. So what sort of data here it could be? Can we take an example use case? Let's take an example of data that you are really uploading to Instagram, a photo. Okay. Now that photo you are uploading, that is going through the similar services like Cloud Pops Up, which is for the event trigger. So it is a messaging broker. It will take your data, pass on to a service, another service, which will perform the transformation for your data. So you have a cloud, you have an image that you uploaded to the cloud storage. Okay. Now that will be optimized by the other services, where it could be cloud data flow, data prop, or data prep. So they are going to process your data, clean your data before it is being moved to the next part. And the next component would be cloud storage or BigQuery. So similar to Bigtable, there is another database which is called BigQuery. Okay. Now BigQuery is for reporting purposes, like it's a data warehouse. So that is where you save the data, and then later comes the analysis part using the BigQuery. And now BigQuery will perform all those operations for me, analyze my data using those cloud SQL operations, and I can pass it on to the visualization service. The visualization service could be, if you heard of Power BI, yes, Looker, Click, Tableau, yes, right? So all those reporting tools are used or integrated with this data analytics pipeline, right? So end-to-end process looks similar to this. Be it any of these cloud services or any on-premises, wherever you use that, this is going to be the flow altogether. Okay. Let's keep moving here. Let's keep moving. Okay. Really speak this, yeah. Move, yeah. Right. So, for reporting tool, I'll just cover quickly. If you see, any of the reporting tool, whatever you use, behind the scene or at the lower end, you will have it integrated with some of the databases. In this scenario, if you see, Looker is having SaaS application, transactional DB, where it can be Oracle, or even the BigQuery, where it is directly integrated. Okay. Then there will be a special layer where the data governance and the modeling layer or the modeling of the data will be performed, which will really help you optimize your data for visualization. Okay. And ultimately you will report that either to your own web interface, or you can have a scheduled reporting done, like every half an hour or maybe every 24 hours I want to generate some report. So that sort of scheduling we can do. It can be integrated or embedded to my own website. Okay, the link will be added to your web page, and also you can have a REST API from where you can actually call this service. Right? So this particular tool is provided by Google for reporting purpose, similar to Power BI or Tableau. Okay. Next. Uh, so this is done. Let's keep moving. Keep moving. Okay. So what is the primary purpose of cloud PubSub? PubSub, publisher, subscriber. What it could be?
Option B, real-time.
Real-time messaging, right? So this is for real-time messaging and event ingestion. So we want to actually get those data, pass on to that PubSub tool. Okay, it will serve to the user who want to actually get notified. Next, which of the following statements true about BigQuery? So BigQuery is a data warehouse. Okay, so let's understand what would be the answer here.
Option D, sir.
Option
A, it requires users to manage and provide services.
Okay.
Sorry, sir. Option B. Sorry, that's not.
I think you are tired now, so let's hear it from others. Yes, what is the right answer? Answer is on. Yes? What is the answer? It's a data warehouse. The answer is there on the screen. D. It's a fully managed data warehouse for data analytics. So Bigtable and BigQuery, these are very important products on Google Cloud Platform. Okay. So BigQuery is just one product that can really make your career. Just one product. If you are good at BigQuery, for sure you will have long-term job. Trust me. So BigQuery is a data warehouse for analytics work. Okay? Right. Okay, so enough of the technical talks. See, out of this session, I did not wanted to teach you anything much. I just wanted to give you a highlight of what you should be really focusing on. Okay? There are few more components or services that I have not covered at all. Okay, it was like very short time to cover too many things. The content was planned for almost 4 hours. But, so what I want to highlight here is that you can be making your career on a Google Cloud Platform or any other cloud platform. But in that also where you should be really focusing on. There are multiple domains, right? So it can be falling into various scenarios depending on your interest. Okay. So let's see what all certifications are there based on sort of interest that you might have. So let's move in. Yeah, let's keep moving. Next. Okay. So there are almost as of now, I think 13 to 14 certifications are there. There are 2 more coming as a beta. Okay. So currently there are 11 certifications on Google Cloud Platform. Now these certifications are very much scenario based. Okay. So whenever you are going with any of these certifications, they will guide you based on what really and what sort of technology you are really going for. Okay. Now the very basic is for the Cloud Digital Leader. This Cloud Digital Leader is a fundamental one. Like so far whatever we discussed in this talk, that is kind of 40 to 50% covers for this certification itself. It will help you understand what service to be used where. Okay, this is more for a business leaders, like those who don't want to go in depth of any cloud technology. They just want to know what are the services, right? So you can probably start with this based on my analysis of this audience so far, so you should be trying to understand what is covered for this cloud digital leader. Okay, next. Now, once you are aware of the cloud platform, next you should be attempting for this associate cloud engineer. This is more focused on overall services of this Google Cloud product and services, but that is more towards the engineering aspect. Let's say that you want to perform any of the operations, any sort of engineering stuff with this cloud technology, then you need to focus on this cloud, this certification. Next. Okay. Now next is professional cloud architect. This comes a little later part where you have been working in the industry for some time. Now you know a bit of depth and the breadth of the knowledge of the cloud, and you want to attempt to the next level of your understanding. There you can attempt for the cloud architect certification. Okay? Like designing the databases or creating the decision making for those databases. All those will be covered with the cloud architect. It is completely a scenario based exam. They are tough exams, they are costly exams, but they add value to your CV. Not now, but later on. Yes? Okay. Yes? Yes, there is a specific certification only focusing on the databases. This will cover the other data, other sort of databases excluding the BigQuery. Okay? Now it will cover the database for memory store, file store, Bigtable, Spanner, all those databases it will cover. But for the BigQuery there will be the other certification. Yes, next. This is the one I was talking about. So the data engineer is another domain where it will be more focusing on the data pipeline that I have shown for the section 5. So the section 5, where you have seen the end-to-end processing of any data, that is where the data engineering concept comes in place. Okay, so which is covered by this data engineer certification, and here the emphasis is more on the BigQuery product itself. BigQuery and the Vertex AI, all those related tools. Next. Then comes the cloud developer, professional cloud developer. This will be more for developing the managing the services or the products of Google Cloud and how they are created, what sort of debugging should be done. So all those will be covered by the cloud developer certification here. So this goes as a combination. So you have the cloud developer, and next would be the DevOps engineer. These two certifications goes hand in hand. So if you are going for a cloud developer, you should also attempt for the cloud DevOps. Okay? The DevOps engineer will cover everything for the application development from end to end. Next, security. Anyone is interested in the security only kind of aspect? You want to become a cybersecurity expert, right? So if you are only looking at from the security domain, then you should be attempting for the cloud security certification. Okay? Next is network engineer. Now, network engineer itself is the big domain. Even when I was attempting for this certification, I failed for the first attempt. This is really difficult because it takes your complete focus only for the networking. You cannot focus on any other domain if you are just targeting for cloud network engineer. And this is very promising. Like, we really have very less number of people who understand the network well. And without having the proper cloud networking knowledge, none of the cloud concept will survive. Okay? So the cloud network engineer is another one. Next. a workspace administrator. So workspace administrator, like, okay, so you use a Gmail account. How many of you use the Gmail account? Almost everyone, right? Have you recently seen that whenever you open the Google Gmail account, it says Google Workspace? Have you seen that? Yeah? So when it says Google Workspace, actually Gmail is a complete package, or Workspace is a complete package for including Gmail and the other services of Google Cloud, which is like Google Meet or Google Chat, right? All those services are clubbed into a package now, which makes the Google Workspace. Now, when you have Google Workspace access, you can really control the users that is hosted on your organization. So Google Workspace, when you have your public account, at that time you don't have that visualization, right? Google is actually controlling that. So Google really have the control of whatever sort of data that you are, or the image that you have on your ID. So everything they have the access. We do have the terms and conditions in place, which we really bother about, okay? But they have the control over it. When I have my own Google Cloud account, okay, the admin console for Workspace, I can really go and check what user is doing what sort of emails they have been writing or sending, what data they have shared. Everything I can visualize, and I can do anything with it if I am an admin without letting the user know, right? So that sort of privileges are there with the Google Workspace administrator role. And this is really, again, a very different sort of domain. Okay, and if you are expert with this, so let's say that you can mark it for multiple industries. Like in any of the place wherever they are using any of Google services, it will be used, right? So Google Workspace is being used even for the Gmail. You are using Google Drive for accessing the data, sharing the data, right? Google Meets, how the user should be able to access any of the Google Meet services, or like if I can turn on the camera, I can unmute or mute people. And there is a lot of integration being done with all of these services. Okay? So the other one is this Google Workspace Administrator. I think this will be all. Can we move to next? Okay. Yeah, so there is one more for professional machine learning engineer. How many of you interested in machine learning concept? How many are you interested in Gen AI? What is happening here? How many of you have used ChatGPT? So others who are, yes. Yes? Gemini AI, okay. I hope you are not lying. So almost everyone have used ChatGPT or the Gemini API, right? You have used? What is the difference here? Like, what is one thing that you are able to figure out with the Gemini or ChatGPT? Why there is a hype about Gen AI? Yes? This is really going to be the last part of this discussion, but I want to emphasize a bit on the generative AI concept also. I have not included anything here, but I want to emphasize a lot about any of the generative AI tool that you must be using, or if you have not tried, you should try. If you are lacking in that knowledge, it is really going to be very difficult to compete with anyone in today's generation. So the highlights would be, you should immediately create your own GitHub account. You should try out a few generative AI applications or any of the tools. Try to understand how it works. the prompt engineering, the instructions that we give, how it generates the images, or maybe how it generates the text. Okay, so you have to be very apt with any of these AI applications. There are a lot of integrations done of AI with this any of the services that you use. Let's say that you are using Gmail, okay, or maybe Google Drive, or maybe Google Docs. Everything has some sort of AI integration, and you should be really aware of how it works. Okay, so GitHub, generative AI, you should have your LinkedIn account also, just to build your profile better. Okay, this is more out of the context of this session that I want to really share with you, that you should be really start doing that. Okay. Yeah, next I think it's done. Right. So yeah, as of now, I'm fully certified on GCP. Okay, so if you need any sort of guidance, any help with any of these certifications, you can reach out to me after this session or maybe later on. Okay. That should be all. Next. Okay. These are two recommendations for book. One is for one of my colleague, one of my friend has written this book. I have one of the chapters here in this book. The other one is from the Priyanka Mogaria ma'am. She was working for Google earlier. Now she has written this book from where most of the visualization, the cartoon that you've seen, the graphics on the slide, that is coming from this book itself. And this is very, very useful if you want to understand Google Cloud altogether. So these two books are highly recommended if you want to learn more on Google Cloud. And that should be all after the next slide. Yes. Okay. So you can reach out to me and you can take a click on this particular slide, and you can reach out to me later on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, wherever, right? Yeah. So, if there are any questions, if you want to get over. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. The lessons and ideas you have shared will undoubtedly motivate us all to think bigger, innovate and smarter, and contribute meaningfully to the tech world. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a great honor and privilege to felicitate our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Jitendra Gupta, sir. Your presence today have added immense value to this occasion, and your wisdom, leadership have truly lightened our event. We deeply appreciate the time you have taken to be with us today, and we are profoundly grateful for your contributions. Your inspiring words resonate with us and add immense meaning to this gathering. On the behalf of Narayana Engineering College, I invite all the heads of the department and the core team members to come to the on dais to facilitate our chief guest. I request all the teaching faculty here, please come on with the dais. And the core team members, I request Satvik brother to come on the dais. I request all the GDG core team members to come on to the dais.
VNB College, third year. I request all the winners to please come on to the dais. Whoever are present here in the auditorium, please come on to the dais, the winners. We have stalls prepared for you. You can have your lunch over there and come back again at 2:20. We'll have lots of fun, lots of games are planned for you. Till now it's just a technical event. From afternoon you'll have all non-technical kind of. We also have green bucket biryani outside. Have fun. Could you all stay a bit more for our national anthem?
Banner ready. Banner logo.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन जन मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
వర్షం సాక్షిగా తెలపని నాకే సొంత ఈ వర్షం సాక్షిగా తెలపని బంధం ఏ పెనుమరుగైనా ఈ చొరవను ఆపేనా నా పరువము నీ కరులకు కానుకైస్తున్నా ఏ చిరు చిరుకైనా నీ సిరులను చూపేనా ఆ వరుణునికే రుణపడిపోనాయి పైన త్వరపడే వయసు నిలపలేను ఇకపైన విడుదలే వద్దని ముడివేయ
वीडियो तो निकालता हूँ सो इधर कर रहा हूँ वो क्या फोन चला को दे हाँ चाहे जाओ दिला रहा हूँ क्या पा हाँ लाग दिए तो नहीं लाओ लाग सब करके ये
Veeramani Garu, who has a good experience in IT industry and who is also the director and mentor of CAT Computer Point. Mr. Dinesh Kumar Sir, who is a working professional at Oracle Database Engine Development and principal member of technical staff. Mr. Srikant Reddy Sir, who is a senior instructor and mentor of CAT Computer Point. Mr. Shushman Reddy Sir, who is an amazing senior development engineer who also studied their MTech from IIT Kharagpur. A very warm welcome to all the dignitaries and participants of DevXplore 2K25. Now we have a little glimpse of all the 2-day 20-hour hackathon. Let's watch. Creativity have inspired us a lot. You are the winners of daring to innovate and create. We hope this hackathon has been a valuable and memorable experience for everyone. A very big round of applause to each and every one of you. We also extend our heartfelt gratitude to our sponsors, mentors, and judges who have been the backbone of this event. Your guidance and support have made this hackathon truly remarkable.
Good evening and warm welcome to the closing ceremony of DevXplore 2K25. From yesterday morning till now, all of you have spent your time happily, sometimes with a sleepy mood and sometimes breaking your head in order to solve your problems or the problem statement in order to make them a useful product. Congratulations to all the members. Winning is not always the success. Participation is important. I appreciate all the participants by bearing all the strain and pain coming from your native places or your working studying places to this location and stayed back in the night. And in the afternoon, a little bit of few members, food has been late, I am sorry for that. And at the same time, I would like to thank the jury members. Yesterday, by 9 o'clock night, they came to my office, my cabin, and till now, they take even a single nap. Myself have taken a nap for 1 hour, but not the jury members. As part of that, one of our faculty member, Dr. Penchalia, was also there. Of course, our Professor Ramohan sir and some of our faculty members, they stayed whole night. And some of them came here by 6 o'clock, early in the morning. And some of them left the college night by 11 o'clock. My heartfelt thanks to all the members. Regarding the DevXplore, it's really an incredible one. I really appreciate all the parts, especially the GDG core group, along with Satvik. Sometimes, with some other reason, we got vexed. But not those core team members. They always with a smiling face, even I shout on them. I'm sorry if I did a wrong thing. Really, I appreciate you all in front of all the people, but I shouted you in a corner place. Never, never found that I shouted you. And with respect to the sponsors, CAD Computer Point, Mr. Ram, who has a good experience in IT industry and a vast experience in running an organization like teaching with respect to the ideas of industry, because he worked in industry several years. That's why this particular organization is able to survive from the last 30 years. His father was started the organization. He is approximately equal to my age, and he seems to be too young like my son age. And he is able to run the organization very attractively, and it never failed the expectations of the students who join with their organization. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for being with us in this great occasion.
NECN to please share his experience with us.
A very good evening to all the dignitaries and participants here, and I'm so happy to organize such an incredible event in our college. This 2 days event has been so wonderful, I feel, because it started with the Google Developer Expert session initially, followed by some of the best fun events we had in this event, and that is when the things have started from the evening 6 o'clock, some 20 hours interns hackathon. What made this event so special for me is the kind of feedback that I've received from the participants in the hackathon about the panelists is what makes me so happy. Especially, I've received feedback like we didn't experience this level of competition, this level of evaluation for the panel members even in the Smart India Hackathon that we faced here in this DevXplore event. That is what makes this event so special for me, and I'm so happy to be part of this event as an organizer for this. So I congratulate all the winners and all, and it's not just about winning all the time. The kind of efforts you have put entire nights and all to build the solutions, to create something is what makes you the real winner. And I thank each and every one of you for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, it is indeed great honor and privilege to felicitate our official sponsor, CAD Computer Point, Mr. Ram. innovators from NECM CSE department, Suchesh, Manikanta, Sairam and Banodar. There's a tough decision to take for the third prize, so we shared the third prize. Third prize goes to Swayam AI of Christ University and all safe teams of Adishankara Institute of Technology. Swayam AI team includes Atul, Vaishnav and Sahil. All safe team includes Gokul Krishnan, Ashok and Yogendra. Do you want to share any few words on your experience?
All the volunteers who went around, and all of them, sometimes we arrived at I don't know who took up the phone and did it, and yeah, so you guys are so great, and how can I say, amazing about you. Every time you went around, you are here, and so many guys are coming. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Next, the second prize is for SSC Dave Hack from PICR VNG AGK College of Engineering. The team includes Maheshwaran, Swati, Nikhila, Nandini and Chandrasri. Would anyone like to share their experience?
We are from SSC and మేమందరం ఒక ఆర్గనైజేషన్ నుంచి వచ్చాము, స్టూడెంట్ సర్వీస్ కమ్యూనిటీ అనే ఆర్గనైజేషన్ నుంచి వచ్చాము. అండ్ యూ డోంట్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ లైక్ ఫస్ట్లీ దీపక్ అన్నకి థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్పాలి. మేము లైక్ అరౌండ్ 2 o'clockకి మేము నంద్యాల స్టేషన్లో దిగాము. అన్న వచ్చి లైక్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ లైక్ అకామిడేషన్ గర్ల్స్కి సపరేట్గా అకామిడేషన్ క్రియేట్ చేశారు. అండ్ థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. లైక్ మా టీం మాట్లాడాలనుకుంటారు.
Hello everyone, I'm Nikhila. So, ఈ హ్యాకథాన్ మేము అటెండ్ అయిన ఫస్ట్ హ్యాకథాన్ చాలా అంటే చాలా బాగా జరిగింది. సో చాలా కనెక్షన్సే అయ్యాయి చాలా డిఫరెంట్ ప్లేసెస్ నుంచి. అండ్ ప్రతి ఒక్క కోఆర్డినేటర్ చాలా హెల్ప్ చేశారు మాకు. అండ్ మోస్ట్లీ దీపక్ సార్ థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.
And thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Nandini and this is my first hackathon and thank you everyone for the coordinators and also maybe Deepak sir to come here. And this is your success as well sir because this is our first hackathon and this is also first event we participated from Vijayawada to here. We came so far also and thank you so much for all our coordinators. Thank you.
Hi all, my name is K. Chandrasri and this is the first hackathon ever and we never expected but thank you all.
Thank you so much for the
Up next, we have the first prize winners. They are Vinex from Dr. Ambedkar Institute of Technology. The team includes Mayur, Tejashwi, Srigandha and Shreya. Would anyone like to share their experience?
Hello, I hope everybody can listen to me. So, I would really like to say thanks to all the organizers for conducting such a good event. I would also like a special thanks to Bharat Sir who lifted every call, so like in the morning also and he gave us all the information about the accommodation for for different, for men and also for women. So this was a very good event planned altogether. And in the future, even in our college event, we are planning to conduct such events and we hope that we bring it to this level also. Thank you.
All the best and congratulations.
Congratulations to all the winners and participants once again. Thank you all the dignitaries present on the dais. Please be seated, sir. Next, all safe from Adi Shankara Institute of Technology, Gokul Krishnan, Ashok and Yugendra. I also invite all the panel members to please come on to the dais. Even the consolation prize winners also please come on to the dais. I also request Sunil sir to please join the group photo.
పైకి ఎక్కాలి